everybody. Happy Monday. It is 6 o'clock Central Time on Monday. This is when I go live to chat with you guys about how to earn an income online in 2026. I have been doing this since 2023. I literally used to be a burnt out, underpaid teacher, hated my day to day. I mean, I loved teaching, I loved the kids, but I hated everything else that came along with it. I taught for 8 years. I coached club volleyball for 5 years. And year after year, I felt like I was working more and my pay wasn't moving. I was exhausted. I was suffering from migraines. I felt like I never had the time or energy to do anything. I didn't have the time or energy to do anything. And I kept telling myself, like, I can't do this forever. But I was so stuck in a mindset of like, well, I went to school and I got a degree in this. Like, I picked my future. I guess this is just what's going to be. And after I left teaching, I realized a lot of teachers think that way. And not only teachers, I'm sure a lot of people who went to school and got a degree feeling like, you know what, I paid for this degree, this is what I chose, and I'm stuck. And what we don't realize is we do have other options. It's just society doesn't want us to know those other options. And so that's what I'm here to talk to you about, is there are other options and we can build an income, on the side of our jobs and scale it to a place if we ever want to leave our job that, one day, like whatever you want this to be, you don't have to change who you are. You're literally taking skills you already possess and just learning kind of the back end systems behind that to make money. So now that we've got some people on here, I want you to say hi. Where are we calling in from? I love chatting with you guys. Why you say hi, why you say where you're calling in from. I'm gonna grab a bottle of water because when I forget I start coughing, so I'm gonna grab some water. Okay, I got it. Plastic bottle of water to the rescue. Okay, thank you. Hello, Ozark, Missouri. Okay, so is Ozark, this might sound super naive of me, is Ozark the town, or are you talking like Lake of the Ozarks? Because my parents used to have a place down in the Lake of the Ozarks, and we used to go there all the time, but they sold it in 2020, kind of when COVID hit-ish, but Arkansas, hey, welcome. South Carolina, welcome. Okay, so some of you, Idaho, I recognize, you know the drill. That comment box is for you. Kayla and Ozark, the town. Okay, Ozark, the town. Okay, that makes sense. I just feel like every time I hear Ozarks, I'm just like, oh, Lake of the Ozarks. Okay, what was I saying? By Table Rock Lake. Oh, so kind of closer. So I grew up going to Table Rock Lake when I was really, really young. My parents only had a place in Lake of the Ozarks for about 5 years. We were older. Like I said, they had it from 2015 to 2020. But I grew up when I was little going to Table Rock Lake. So that's really cool. Okay. I grew up by Lake of the Ozarks. It's about 1.5 hours. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not bad at all. Both are cool spots. I feel like you have like the shows and like good golf at like Table Rock area. I just remember the shows because I was young, and the lake, and then obviously Lake of the Ozarks is a different vibe, but it's a blast. We love going down there with our friends and our dogs and all the things. Anyways, but you guys know the drill. That comment box is for you to ask questions. I'll be talking throughout the whole live, answering your questions, concerns, anything that I'm completely transparent. I'm open. I'm honest. I'm going to tell you how it is. I have a blunt personality. My goal this year is to bring it out more. So seriously, yes, we have a house there. That's awesome. Oh, nice. I won't make you tell me like in front of all these people what mile marker. I feel like I know all the space. We love to stay. I can't think of the mile marker, but kind of by where like the Four Seasons, we've stayed there quite a bit because there's just a lot of green space for the dogs, or we'll Airbnb a house, but kind of in that area. It's just a great location. my parents were like all the way down in Camdenton. So on a boat especially, it was like far to get anywhere, just because the water can be really rough if you don't have like one of the massive boats. Okay, anyways, I was chatting about, oh no, a house at Table Rock. Okay, well, I don't know that lake as well just because I was younger. I was younger when we were at that lake, so I don't remember it as well. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was just chatting about how I was a teacher for 8 years. Aunt lived in Camden. Okay, there we go. I coached club volleyball for 5 years, and I was just talking about how I was done with it, especially teaching through COVID, and I feel like the expectations just kept getting more and more, and my paycheck wasn't getting more. I was constantly bringing home papers to grade, lesson plans, like I couldn't get anything done, and then I'm coaching on the side, and I finally got to a point where I was just like, okay, whatever I get done at like school is what I'm getting done. Like I can't keep doing this because I'd literally like go home from school, and if I didn't have practice, sometimes I was going straight to bed. My migraines would knock me out for the night. Again, back to what I was saying is I literally just could not do that anymore. And I didn't try different side hustles. I was brought up very strictly, honestly. You have to go to school, you have to get good grades, you have to get a job. And so I never tried any other side hustles. I never tried to branch out. I always had part-time jobs. And then after college, I became a full-time teacher, and I always just followed that straight path. But that straight path kept me stuck, and it kept me miserable. It, made me feel guilty because I was watching my husband like continue to excel in his career. And I just was staying stuck. Like it didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter if I was working harder than him. It didn't matter if I put in more hours than him. A teacher is a salary-based job, and I was never going to make more money doing that unless I got another job or unless I found something else to do. And so, one night when I was scrolling, like a lot of you are, I came across, affiliate and digital marketing. And I just binged this girl's content, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I knew it was real. Like I knew making money online was real. I knew a lot more about affiliate marketing just because again, we're not influencers, but there are similarities, like the affiliate links and things like that. Like when you ask someone to, comment a specific word and you get a link to a dress or like a skincare product, right? I actually did that the other day. I was commenting on people. I'm like, ooh, I want to try that stuff. And so I knew that was real. I just couldn't believe how much money people were actually making off of that. So I started diving in. I started researching. I would say the one thing that really, really helped me when I started out is I didn't go and then search everywhere for other people in that industry. Like I stayed very tunnel vision. Like I found this girl that said she was making $10,000 a month. I binged her content. I downloaded, I can't remember. She had like a beginner's guide, I think it was. I read it and I followed the steps she suggested, and I asked her questions. And I feel like I get in this space a lot, and I get it. Like we want to do our research and make sure something's a good fit for us because there are so many options out there now. But I do feel like that really aided in my success because I wasn't trying to listen to everybody. I followed one thing and I really put my tunnel vision on. And I just see a lot of people coming to me now like, I don't know what's a good fit. I don't know if I should go with this, or I'm watching this person. And then we're watching for months and a year, and then you're just completely overwhelmed and confused. And I totally get that, and that's why I do this, because I want to provide clarity for you. I want to provide a clear path. I want to provide something that's manageable for you, like in your real life and financially. Don't get me wrong. You have to, put the time aside each day. You do have to be willing to invest in yourself a little bit. But this is 100% possible, and I'm going to show you how that's possible, and then obviously give you my recommendations for this. And I'm totally open to answering any questions that you have about it because I want you to have the full picture. I feel this first grade teacher here. Yes, we've been chatting. Actually, Asha, she had her first sales this last week. So congratulations on that. She started January 1st. So learning, and we've been chatting quite a bit. So I'm excited to see that. And look at that, January 1st, it is January 26th, and she's already making some sales. So again, totally possible if you follow the steps, you actually implement the steps, and you take it seriously. It's crazy what it can do. Okay, so getting into it, again, if we've got questions, utilize the comment box. If you want my free digital starter kit, comment ready. Whether you're watching live, I can send it to you right now in a DM. If you're watching a replay, my little DM automation will send it to you. But basically what you do, okay, is you're going to pick a niche. And a niche is anything that you are passionate about, interested in, you could talk about all day. You could solve a problem for someone, okay? And so actually, I'm probably just gonna use Asha as the example because she is in the dog niche. It's great, you're on here, I can just use you as the example. And, you know, she loves taking videos of her dog. She's very knowledgeable of, you know, good things for your dog, and she likes making content around that. So her niche is helping, you know, dog owners. Obviously, we want to get more specific than that, but she picked a niche of dogs. And then she started thinking, okay, what can I sell in this dog niche? What's something that I know about that I can then have the core 4 ways to make money online? Okay, so once you have your niche, and I don't want you to think like, I don't have anything special. I don't have like anything I can give, because you do. I tell people all the time, you probably just don't realize it, because there are things that come so natural to us in our everyday life that if you told somebody, they'd probably be like, I never thought of that. How cool is that? Right? And the things that I recommend inside my free kit, like the challenge, they really help you narrow down that niche. And whether you have no idea at all or whether you have an idea, we're going to simplify that. Okay, so once you do have this niche, it's what problem am I going to solve with those core 4 ways to make money online? Okay, so like Asha with the dog niche, right? There are 4 ways to make money online. One is affiliate marketing, where we promote other companies' products and services. Okay, so if you go to Asha's page, if you go to Moose Approved, you will see that she has several dog products listed, and she's an affiliate for those companies. Okay, she's an affiliate for those products from those companies, and if you click and make a purchase, Asha is gonna make a sale. Okay, and why not? We're already gonna buy those things if we're dog owners, so why not support a small business, right? So that is one way we can make money online. Okay, we can promote other companies' products or services. And 86% of companies have affiliate programs. That's over 107,000 companies in the world. So in all 4 ways I'm gonna talk about, you don't have to do all 4 right away. And I don't recommend it. I recommend you picking one way to make money and expand from there as you get the hang of it. Because if you have too many things to look at for your audience when you're new, they sometimes do get confused, and confused buyers don't buy. Okay, that's why when you go to my page, it literally has you download the free kit, and I only talk about the challenge. Because if you're not gonna commit to taking the challenge or continuing this, you don't need anything else I have to offer. Now that is specific to my niche. Obviously, dog products, you can kind of offer more. I was making sure I didn't turn the stove off. I started like prepping dinner and something smelled hot and I was like, oh my gosh, did I turn the stove on? I didn't. It's probably the spices or something I opened. Sorry, I was going off affiliate marketing. So obviously dog products, you can offer a little bit more, but most of the time people don't need your other products if they haven't bought like your main offer that is going to solve a problem for people. I'm going to take a pause really quick. Yay, yes, hype her up. Steph is amazing. She guides you through it and answers all your questions. Thank you so much. Definitely have learned so much from Steph and follow it step by step. Yes, and I feel like I'm gonna pause in like how I'm talking about my steps. It is about following it step by step. I have so many people, I even did a poll yesterday, and so many people are answering, I don't know how to get started. You guys, if you download my free kit, it literally tells you how to get started step by step. And if you want more guidance into diving into those parts of my free kit, that's what the challenge is for, to help you fast track that. Okay, it dives even deeper into those pieces I talk about. But when you say, I don't know how to start, I'm going to call bullshit, because I'm giving you my free kit. And I mean that in the kindest, bluntest way possible. But I literally have step 1, step 2. Like, that is how you start, is you start following and implementing the steps given to you. And I think people say we don't know how to start so many times is because we're scared to start. We're scared to be messy and imperfect and make mistakes, but you're going to. Okay, I have made plenty of mistakes starting this business, down to the setup and the technology and things not working correctly, to emailing my entire list, hello, first name, because I didn't do the brackets correctly to give their actual name. I have had a glitch in my software before where it sent 16 emails at once. Needless to say, I didn't get some very kind feedback. They thought that's how I marketed. And I said, no, I'm so sorry. Did not mean to email you 16 times within 2 minutes. Like, things happen and it's going to happen. Oh, the other one I had is when I updated my free kit one time. It was not in the right order and nobody said anything to me. I noticed it when I went to update it again. So it probably got sent out for like a month in the incorrect order. Anyways, you're going to mess up. But back to what I was saying is, once you pick a niche in those core 4 ways, I had already hit on affiliate marketing, okay? The other way is digital products, okay? This is something you create one time. You can sell over and over for 100% profit because it's something you created. It can be a PDF file, like a checklist. It could be a video. It can be a course you create yourself, so a sequence of videos. Like, you name it. If you create it and it solves that problem, you can market it. And we can market these core 4 ways all the same way. The system behind it never changes. It's just, what are you marketing? Okay. So like Asha, I cannot remember, Asha, if you're still on, do you want to say the digital product? I know we were just talking about it, but what is the digital product you just created? I was looking honestly at your link the other day because I saw you had cleaned it up, because I was like, yes, because I was going to tell you too. What was, and I can look it up too on my own if you're not on anymore. Let's see if I can take a peek. I'm trying to, oh, there we go. Thank you. I was like, I'm going to go look. She made a dog guide to help new owners, right? So if you're a new pet owner, you purchase this guide, boom, I have everything right there. And Asha can actually increase like her revenue because she can put affiliate links inside that guide. Because if she talks about a certain product, she can be like, boom, here it is. Like, that's something I love purchasing. When I purchase something, I don't want to have to go search for what they're talking about. I want to click it and add to cart, right? And so now that's made my life simpler, and that has made Asha some money. So digital products are a phenomenal way also. Like I said, you don't have to do all 4 right away. You don't ever have to grow into all 4. If you're only interested in the affiliate marketing side, great. If you're only interested in digital products, great. The great thing about this is you get to make it yours, because this is your business, your brand, your way you want to make money. I'm not trying to change you. I'm trying to take your skills you already have and teach you how to pack them and profit from them over and over. That's why the challenge I recommend is called the Pack and Profit Challenge, right? We're packing what we already know. We just got to learn the systems behind it. How does it work behind so I can make money? I have Moose Money to help get started. Yes, kind of with your steps and guidance with pictures. And then I have Amazon links on my link tree. It's messy and I have some things to fix for sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. But you're going, right? Like, that is what we do. You're making money. It's imperfect. It's messy. Everybody is. And I love that you said that, because that shows other people like it is okay. It is okay. You're still making money, even though you're like, it's not how I want it to be yet. Same thing with me. I feel like I'm always tweaking things. where was I? Okay, so I said affiliate marketing, digital products. The other ones are a little bit more advanced, so don't let them scare you. Again, you don't have to ever do all of them, but there are people who have a lot of experience in coaching and such. And so coaching and consulting is the next one I'm going to say. And so I have met people who want to dive right into that and monetize their skills because they already have experience in doing it. So that's what they're going to dive into right away. But again, this is really advanced if you're like a beginner like I was. I didn't do any of the coaching and consulting until, beginning of 2025. And I started in 2023. So I made sure like I had experience. I made sure I had results before I started doing any of that. So coaching and consulting could be anything. It could be groups, like paid mentorship groups. So say I'm going to continue with the dog niche with Asha. Say she creates a community of dog lovers, right? And maybe Asha's teaching something each week in there, or a community to come for new pet owners to talk about if they're having an issue with something, and we can become a community and help each other with that. I would add a little bit more to it if it's going to be a paid community, but those are just the things rolling off the top of my head right now. You can do one-on-ones with people. It doesn't have to be a group setting. It can literally be one-on-ones. I do one-on-ones with people if they want to book a time with me. I do it for 1 hour and I look at all their stuff prior. I have them email me everything over so that I can take a look at it and we can figure out where you need to go from there. So same thing with Asha. Maybe she wants to, meet with people, first-time pet owners, or like a training type thing. I don't know. Like, it's just, you can go so many ways with that. And then the last way is live events. So technically this is a live event, right? Like you could market, hey, I'm going live next Monday. I'm talking about this topic. Maybe Asha's talking about potty training. If you want to join, the ticket is X amount of dollars. And if you, grab your ticket, I'll send you the Zoom link, right? And so you can do live events virtually or you can do them in person. Obviously, in person is super, super advanced and it takes a lot of work. I was flown in September to speak at a live event. I was invited to speak. I didn't actually host it myself, but live events can be virtual or in person. Another really cool thing is if you host, I guess if you had a videographer at the live one, but anyways, if you hosted a virtual live event, if you record that, you now have a digital product you can sell over and over again, right? And so I was a mentor inside a community, just another example. And I talked about specific topics within digital marketing and how to scale your business. And they recorded those. And then they sent them to me. They sent them to me, their hour-long webinars on specific topics so that I could sell them as digital products. I think I have four of them. I had 5, but I didn't download it in time, so then it was gone, but that was my own fault. But it's really cool that once you start thinking about this, how can you make your job even simpler if you've already created something or you're doing something? Now, obviously this live event is something I do for free for my audience, but I still post the replays, right? Which is really cool. So you have the live you're joining me with here where we can have a conversation, and then downloading the live afterwards is a piece, but it's just an example to show you how you could have a live event, download it, and then sell it over and over. Do we have any questions so far? Comments, worries, things we're thinking about? I'm just trying to scroll, make sure I did not miss anything. I don't think I did. Okay. What is our biggest struggle? Are we stuck somewhere? What do we need? Could give me an example. We could chat about that. Anything? Okay. I will keep chatting then. Okay, so we've talked about how you're going to pick a niche. We're going to talk about or we did talk about the core 4 ways you can make money online. So picking one of those to start, and then how you can obviously expand. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Fear is my biggest struggle. I think that is why I'm kind of procrastinating a bit. Yeah, I feel like I totally get that. Fear is, I think, always something you're going to have no matter like what level you're at in this space, because you will always then be pushing yourself to do something new. And it's just then doing it. And then you'll be like, oh, it actually wasn't that scary. So you can do this. Just put yourself out there. Whatever part it is you're scared to do, just like do it. And then if it's like content, then just don't rewatch it. Like when I first started, I didn't really rewatch any of my content. I still don't I don't care if my husband's watching some of my videos, but like my talking ones, I'm like, no, don't watch them in front of me. I don't let him be out here when I'm live. Like I'm still not, like he's like in the bedroom with headphones on, like watching TV. So there'll always be something, like you're still not, like when I first started too, like I didn't just film content in public all the time. Like now I'll set my tripod up, like film it anywhere most of the time, make my husband do it or my friends. Like it's just funny how as you put yourself out there, the more comfortable you do get with things. So try not to procrastinate even though you're scared. And then afterwards you'll be like, that really wasn't that big of a deal. When posting to social media, or to Linktree. Oh, it's okay. Sometimes we hit send before. Oh gosh. When posting Amazon or Chewy affiliate link, should we link directly to their site or our site to lead people to see more of what I share? When posting Amazon and Chewy affiliate. Well, what do you mean directly to their site? Because if you send them to Chewy, if you don't have like a storefront like Amazon can provide, you know, like if you're an Amazon influencer, then you're going to want to use your affiliate link. Because if it's not your affiliate link, you won't get credit if people just clicked on Chewy's website and then purchased, right? But with Amazon has 2 different programs. Amazon has Amazon Associates, where anyone can be in, and you just get that link. That's why I always recommend someone to create like a Linktree or something like that to host all of your Amazon links in one spot. But Amazon Influencer, once you get approved for that, you have a storefront and you actually have a link for your storefront. And so then you could post just the storefront link, and then anything purchased if they've gone through your storefront, even if it's not in your storefront, you earn commissions on in that 24-hour period if they buy something. Like say you get approved for Amazon Influencer, they go to your storefront, they buy a dog toy, right? But why they've added that dog toy to their cart, they've also added, I don't know, a shirt, a pair of shoes. You actually earn, as an Amazon influencer, commissions on everything purchased because they came to your storefront first. But I don't think Chewy has anything like that. I think it's just direct links. So yeah, you would not get credit. So make sure you use the correct links. You don't want to do all that work and then kind of get burned because you made that. But it happens. I have sent emails without the link before on accident, but obviously then they couldn't get the product anyway. But all right. Oh yeah, I remember where I was going with it. Keep throwing questions, all the things down there, but I'll still talk about the process, and it's in my free kit. So if you don't have my free kit yet, comment ready. I'm literally talking through what is basically parts of that's in there. Not all that's in there because it's 12 pages. Okay, we talked about the niche. We talked about the core 4 ways to make money online. Now, there are systems you need to have in place to make this run smoothly so that you can make the most amount of money possible. You need some sort of funnel, right? And when I say funnel, I mean, how are you going to get people in when you're posting content to come and get a freebie you offer, right? Because you're going to have to offer something to give the name and email. People don't just love to give their name and email out, and that's why we give something to them. Okay, something valuable. It can't just be anything. It can't be garbage, because if it's garbage, then they're probably not going to buy from you. It has to be something that would want them to come back, purchase things from you. But collecting names and email addresses is so, so important because it's how we follow up with people who were interested. Okay? Most people don't buy right away when they click. About 3% of people will do that. It's very small. But, the other 97%, so I can do my math correctly, are going to need to see an offer about 7 to 10 times before they ever decide to make a purchase. That is why email is so important, because a lot of your sales are going to come from email. Okay? And so you need some way. I have a couple options in my free kit of how you can collect names and email addresses. All are free to start options. Obviously, eventually you will have to upgrade to paid versions because it's how you run your business. Very minimal. I run my business for under $100 every single month. But you got to be willing, again, to invest in yourself and your business a little bit if we want to make changes in our life. Let's see, the funnel. Obviously, you need that email automation piece then so that you can follow up. And then DM automation. So when you're scrolling on social media, people will say, comment the word shoe, comment the word Amazon, and I'll send you all the products. And then you receive an automatic message that they wrote. That's a DM automation. That helps you be able to make money and not be glued to your phone. Actually, all of these pieces do. Your software that runs your back end, that is the bread and butter to your business, because that's how you make money when you're not actually working or glued to your phone all the time. You have these systems in place that are collecting names and email addresses because you posted content and they want what you have to offer. And then you have something following up with email, and you have this DM automation set up so that if they comment, they can get it immediately and they're not waiting for you. Okay, all of these tools are phenomenal. All of these are listed inside my free kit. Let's see. And then I'm trying to think in my head. After you have all your systems set up, it truly does come down to then posting content, posting educational content. I don't know why that was so hard. Talking about your story, talking about how the products have helped you solve a problem. Like, what has it done for you? Because if it solved a problem for you, then most likely it's solving a problem for a lot of people out there in the world. Motivational, entertaining. I like to flip-flop. I like to post something that's educational. And then I like to talk about, my story of being a teacher and how something's helped me, or motivating, or makes you think. I kind of flip-flop those pieces of content, so I have a nice rotation. But that traffic, that posting 2 to 3 times a day is literally what's going to bring people and feed that funnel, feed those systems that you set up. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. What other questions do we have? What do we got for me? Questions at all? Comments, concerns? We've had some good ones so far. There's no silly questions at all. We all have them in the beginning because it's new, because we don't know. I got my first email from you this morning. I just found it, so I will just start there. Yes. Yes, I texted you too. I recognize your Instagram handle. I actually think I sent a few to you before. I think a few went through to get my free kit, and then about the challenge. And then I know you bought the challenge yesterday. And so I put you in a new email campaign. So it will send you the freebies I talked about. It will tell you steps, and it will help you through that process as you take the challenge. So the challenge is totally self-paced. You can log in, go at your own pace. My emails will help you through that. If you're not seeing all the emails I sent you, they probably ended up in your junk or spam, or that promotions folder that Gmail added, or a lot of technically email services added. So I would just search. I tell people all the time, search my email address. It's Steph, Steph, at shawmarketingco.com. Shaw is SHAW, marketing, MARKETING, co.com. When you search that in your email, typically they all pop up. And I tell people to mark them as not junk or spam so that they ended up in the right inbox and you're not searching for all of these emails that I'll be sending you. Does that make sense? So yeah, I would log in the challenge, get started in that, and then my emails will be there to kind of help and guide you with some of the decisions you'll be making in there. Yes, okay, perfect. I just want to make sure what I'm saying is making sense to you. All right, what other questions? Oh, here we go. So what I'm super confused about is I see people posting of just random stuff, but then it's like, how are they actually making money? What do you mean, do you have an example? Like, what do you mean random stuff? Because that could be like, I feel like a wide range looking at different people's accounts. And it's also going to depend on their niche, right? Like when people are posting content, it should be very, very niche related. You're explaining how this product is going to solve a problem for them, and not just the product. Like it's that's why the freebie is also important, because people want to check it out before they purchase something. So like how that works. So you talk all the time about being a teacher, but how are you making money? Yeah, okay. So just by selling the $25 kit. So, okay, no. So how I do it, right? So I'm in the wealth niche. So I help people learn the skills to do this. And so I talk about like my pains of being a teacher and like my experiences and how this helped me to be able to make money online. It is, oh, wait. Is it still freezing for you? I don't want you to miss the explanation. It's not freezing on my end, so maybe check, I don't know, your Wi-Fi or go off Wi-Fi. Is it still frozen? Am I frozen for anyone else? I don't know if it's still frozen for you. Shoot. I want you to be able to hear this. I can see you. Okay, and you can hear me? Okay. Okay, sounds like we're doing okay. So I'm going to finish this question first, and then I see some others popping up. So that is my storytelling content, right? And so people really identify with storytelling. Just like Asha, she could talk about a situation she's had with her dog, right? And one of her products might solve that problem. It's a personal experience. People want reviews from real people, okay? And so I talk about that, but I also talk about the ways you make money online with digital marketing. That's my educational content. That's letting you guys know what affiliate programs are out there, what the steps are, what the process is, all that jazz, like letting you know, hey guys, exists. There are other ways to make money in your life besides going to work for somebody else. So I make my money. I started small. Like I've been doing this since I started learning of February of 2023, but I officially launched of June of 2023. So I'm kind of coming up on my 3-year mark. I started small. I started by recommending education. I was a teacher. Education is, everything to me. Like knowledge is power. And so this was perfect for me, is to continue teaching others and coaching others. And so my main offer is the challenge that you're talking about. Now, there are other, like mentorships, education you can invest in that challenge if you want more help after it. So I get paid off of all of that, obviously, if you decide to do that. As an affiliate, I'm an affiliate for that company. I'm also an affiliate for everything you see linked in my free kit. So all the different softwares that you might use to run your business. There's options in there. So I'm an affiliate for over 10 companies in my niche. Probably even more than that now. I haven't counted in a while. I feel like I've just stuck to over 10 companies. And then I have my own digital products now. So I have a Mastery checklist, which I actually give away for free. You have access to that in that first email. As people started asking me questions and like how I was good at something almost, does that make sense? I knew what digital products to create. So I created that master reel checklist because I had really high performing reels, and people are like, how do you do that? What do you need included? I made that product. I sell that product, but I give it away as a freebie now for people who join the challenge. I do Instagram audits that I created as a digital product. I have 4 webinars, like I said, that I sell. They're an hour long that teach on specific topics. I would have to like go look at, I can't think of the other ones. So I have digital products that I sell for 100% profit that I created to help people scale their businesses, that I've found to be successful. And then I do one-on-ones. I do 1 hour one-on-ones. And obviously that is a charged time. That is my time to sit with you, help with you. Where are you struggling? I've worked with total beginners that are like, I just want to meet with you. I just want a real person I can sit and talk to. What do I need to do in steps? I've met with people who have been in this space for a little while and they want to know how to scale. Look at my stuff, help me scale. Where do you see the gaps? So that's where I'm making, my money from. I have multiple income streams now that I have been doing this for almost 3 years. Obviously you start with, 1, 2, 3, whatever that is, and it starts small, but the more you get to do this, the hang of it you get, right? This isn't a get rich quick scheme. This isn't overnight success. This is building for longevity and long term. And now I have multiple streams of income I'm pulling from in this business, just from starting in my wealth niche. Okay. What if you don't know your niche? I took the challenge and followed the prompts. I didn't love the feedback. How do you start without knowing your niche? Honestly, you can't really start without knowing your niche. And if you didn't like the feedback you were given, I tell people all the time, tell it that. Okay. At the end of the day, ChatGPT is a resource. It is not like an end all be all. I tell it all the time too, when I'm working on my content or my emails or, I don't even know what else. Digital products, anything I'm having it help me do. I feel like I'm gonna burp. Sorry. Okay, anything I'm having it help me do, I will literally be like, no, I don't like that. This is what I'm thinking. And then it comes back with other ideas. Like ChatGPT is a people pleaser at the end of the day, and it's gonna tell you have the best ideas and this is what works for you. But you have to tell it like, no, I don't like this. I want something like this. And it'll give you new ideas. Like, you have to keep playing with it and talking with it so it gets to know you and building your business. And we shouldn't be spending, days, weeks on our niche. This should be something we sit down and get decided in a couple of hours so that we can start building out our systems. Can you start building those things out? Sure, but you're gonna have to go back and edit it a lot because it's gonna have to then be tailored to your niche. So you should not be, I saw this a lot at the mastermind when I was speaking at the mastermind in Nashville last September. People were trying to do step 10 before they did step 1, and they were completely confused and overwhelmed. And it's like, nope, we aren't past here yet, so we can't go any farther. We need to figure this out. We need to get it decided. And so that we can continue to build this. So I challenge you to go back and tell it, I don't like these ideas. Are there, maybe there's other questions it can ask you. Like, tell it that, like, this is, maybe you tell it the niche you're thinking of and ask if they think it would be a good fit, if it's profitable, what are the affiliate programs for it, what kind of digital products could you create from it. But at the end of the day, I want you, maybe even tell ChatGPT the problems you have solved for yourself or other people. Like, there are so many things that you can do with it. So I just challenge you to be bold and blunt with it. I think I said this last live, I told my ChatGPT, like, I'm ready to be bold, blunt, Steph this year. Like, I'm going to say things how it is. Help me, frame my stuff that we're creating this way. I told it that. I'm back. I'm here. Good. I'm hoping you heard all of that. Hey, Vanessa, welcome. All on the same Instagram, or do you have multiple ones? So no, I post on multiple platforms, but I post the same content on every single platform. So I post the same stuff on TikTok. I post the same thing on Instagram. I post the same thing on Pinterest, YouTube, and Facebook. And I'm rebuilding my Facebook right now because it got hacked last March, and then I got it back, and then I didn't get it back, and so then I just restarted one last fall. So I'm regrowing one. But yeah, it's all in the same. But you drive traffic to one specific offer, because like I was saying earlier, and maybe you weren't on the live yet, if people don't need the education from me, right? If they don't take the challenge, then they don't need the software I have to offer that I recommend. They don't need to meet with me one-on-one. They don't need to do certain things. They just don't need it because they're not even learning how to do this, if that makes sense. So most niches, I won't say all, but most niches really drive. You're solving a problem. What is one product, okay? Whether it's an affiliate marketing, another company's product or service, or your own, what is one thing that's going to solve that problem for people that you're going to drive traffic to? And then everything else is promoted through email, right? So it's promoted through email, it's promoted through stories. That's how it's promoted. It's not all in your face. Because if people came and you had a long list of things to buy from, imagine going to the link in my bio or the message I send you, and it was a long list of everything I'm an affiliate for. The challenge, the softwares, one-on-ones. People would be like, holy crap, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. They would click out and they would never buy. It's too much. Like, people need bite-sized chunks in order to progress. Do you have multiple socials to promote your products? Nope. Nope. I just explained that. So you guys both had the same question. So let me know if something wasn't clear or anything like that. But I tell people all the time, like, I went into this because I wanted time. I wanted more time with my friends, my family, to travel. And so I only did the one niche, and I posted across multiple platforms, and I had a system in place. And that system is what you learn through my free kit and through the challenge. And it's going to seem like confusing and overwhelming, and you're going to be like, this doesn't make sense for a while. But the more you immerse yourself, the more you implement the things you're learning, the more you research the things you're learning, the more you invest into your education, the more sense it makes. And that helps your success like that much more. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I've chatted with a lot of people too, where they're like, I've downloaded all these people's freebies, and I am watching all of their content, and I'm confused. And I'm like, yeah, because you're listening to people that are different, and they're all saying something different. Like, you need to pick one person. You need to follow that one person's advice. And then that's where, again, that's kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of my live. That's where I feel like helped me gain my success so much faster, is I wasn't listening to everybody. I put on tunnel vision. I found one person I liked, and I went all in on what they told me to do, and I only invested in that education. Like, if you buy all these beginner level things because they're cheaper, you're going to be confused, and it's going to take longer, and you're actually going to end up spending more money in the process, because they're all going to be saying something different, and it's all going to be that beginner level, because people don't want to be like, boom, here's all this information in your face. Again, you're going to be overwhelmed, confused, and most of those people then give up. And so it's starting small. It's starting with the free kit. And you're like, okay, I want to do this. And then it's digging in to the challenge, being like, oh my gosh, this explains what Stephanie was talking about in her kit so much more. And then there's more education after that if you want to dive even deeper. Or if the challenge was enough for you, I love that. But there are options for everybody to be successful in this. I think I just need to start the challenge and then go from there. Yeah, 100%. And I feel like as you dive into the education, like, you'll be like, okay, that's what she was talking about. Or you can bring your questions, you can email me, DM me, or you can bring your questions to next Monday's live. Like, whatever it is, I'll always respond. But okay, you're my person. You're so sweet. I've been teaching for 8 years as well. Yeah, so if I was still teaching, I think I added this up the other day. So it's my 3rd year gone. So I think it would have been my 11th year if I was still in the classroom. But I hit year 8 and I was like, boom, I can't. What am I going to do? And I literally think like it was like God sending me this, like, this is what you're going to do. I'm not kidding, because I'm not kidding. I have never tried any other side hustles, way to make money online, to get out of teaching. I just thought I was like destined to be like miserable. Like, I really did. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be stuck in this for the rest of my life. And you only get one life. And I came across this, and it was literally like, this is what you're going to do. This is what you were meant to teach. But this is how you were meant to teach, like, differently. So yes, Looking for time and money, 100%. Slicing lettuce and head nodding as I'm understanding more. Thank you. I love that. Yeah, Asha. I was like gonna try and cook this HelloFresh soup. It's like I think it's like a bacon potato cheddar. Our HelloFresh box came today. And I was like, oh, I think I could make this and do this at the same time. And then I was like, no, I can't. Like, I'm not like a great cook and I need to focus. I make these really well. I'm a good cook when it comes to these, but I have to focus. And I was like, I'm going to burn this. I'm going to burn stirring like the cheese or something because I'm going to be talking about one of your questions. So I was like, I got it all sliced up and ready to go after. I love it, but I need more. Yeah, totally. I'm assuming you mean, do you like love teaching? I'm hoping that's what you mean. But, yeah, I loved the core thought of just teaching. Like if it was just teaching, but as I'm sure you know, I've got a few teachers on here, you know, you both are teachers that I see right here that are commenting, and it's everything else. It's like the underpaid, the how much time it takes, that there's so much commitment after your hours, like the disrespect, it's crazy. Like I feel like at least where I taught, I just didn't feel like my voice was ever actually heard. And it was like, you're a body to fill a room. Like we're going to tell you what to do and that's it. And I have a big personality. I have a bold personality. I have a blunt personality. I'm not rude. I was always respectful, but like I would voice my opinion and it would literally be like, no, or come to my office. Like we'll talk about this. You should bring this concern, not during our meetings, but to the head of whatever group, you know, like, I don't know, like the behavior groups and, you know, like when there's groups of teachers, I can't remember what it's called anymore, but I was over all of that. I was just over like not feeling heard. I started to feel like nothing. Like I really, really did. Like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself if I don't feel like anything? Yum, we love factor meals. Oh, is that what HelloFresh came out with? I feel like my husband was talking about it and there was like a little card in it. We haven't tried those yet. We did HelloFresh a ton when I was teaching. And then when I left teaching, we kind of quit because I was like, oh, I'll do more. You guys, I hate cooking and I hate grocery shopping. My husband doesn't like to do either of those things either. We just ate out a lot. So I was like, okay, like 2 weeks ago, we were both like, okay, it's time, at least 3 meals a week, HelloFresh. I'm a culinary teacher, don't multitask. Yeah, I would have definitely burnt it. Yes, I love teaching. Yeah, and yeah, it's just, this is a great side hustle because it can be done alongside your job, because there are people who don't want to ever leave one day. Like you don't have to leave your job to do this. Like it's super manageable. There are people who love their jobs and do this for extra money on the side. And then, like I said, if you scale it and have that opportunity to leave, or you do want to scale it to leave, like the sky is the limit. And like, this is only going to get bigger. Like lots of teachers on here, right? How well do our kids know their phones, right? Like how big is online shopping? Like just think, like it's only going to get bigger and bigger. Every time we want to know something, we reach for our cell phones every single time. Now just imagine if someone was like looking that up on Instagram or TikTok, right? I use TikTok and Instagram to look up when I'm stuck on something. Imagine if it was your product or your digital product or a product you were recommending popped up and you make money from that. That's what's crazy to me when people are like, this isn't real, this is a scam. I'm like, how many times do you go to your phone for an answer? Like everything. Got to go. Appreciate you, Steph. Oh, I probably missed this. You're probably already gone, but appreciate you too. Probably, but those are perfect for lunch and dinner. Okay. Awesome. Well, any final questions? Are there any? You guys have been awesome. Are there any final questions? Otherwise, I'm going to get off and go finish the meal I started to create. And I'll kind of give my end of night spiel. If you have them, I'm going to start talking kind of my end of night stuff. If you have a question, don't be afraid to drop it. I'll answer it. But I go live every single Monday night. If anything ever changes, I send it in my email. I post it in my stories. Like the teacher in me, the OCD is real. It has to be done. let me finish this and I'll answer that question. It has to be done. So you will know if I ever change my live. The replay will be available to you after this. I'll email it out tomorrow morning. If you don't have my free digital starter kit yet, comment ready, check it out. It costs nothing to check it out. If you decide to dive deeper, obviously there's a challenge I recommend, and I give $74 worth of bonuses away, and it's only a $25 challenge that dives even deeper into what I'm talking about. Let me answer these questions and then we will be gone for the night. What about the people who get all the Amazon stuff? Do they buy it or what? From my understanding, most of it is purchased, or like if you're more on the influencer side, it could be like brand deal and sent to you. That takes a little bit longer to get free products because obviously you have to then be posting, generate an audience, yada, yada, yada. I feel like that's more the influencer side, right? With brand deals, where influencers like get deals with companies and they get sent free stuff to then market. But that does take longer to then build a following that way. So most of the time people who are doing Amazon are buying it and returning it maybe. I don't know if that's against the rules. Please don't throw me under the bus if I'm wrong. I've only ever recommended things on Amazon that I've actually purchased myself. So that's how I use Amazon. I use it to complement my niche. So like, I'm pretty sure this phone case is on like my Amazon when I send it in my email to you guys. I'm literally on this like Ring tripod that is a light and a tripod so I can go live and not have to hold my phone. Stuff that I've actually used. And so many people order crap on Amazon. Like, I'm sure you have whatever you're talking about or recommending. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, and you don't have to do that. Like I just use Amazon to complement my niche. And also because it's like a smaller commission, like you're really not earning like tons and tons of money. So you have to sell a high volume to make a lot of money with Amazon. So it's just a nice little complement to your niche sometimes. But yeah, okay. Well, that is all I have for you guys tonight. If you need anything, feel free to reach out. Instagram DMs are the easiest because I can send voice messages, but wherever you're comfortable messaging me, feel free. I get back to everybody. I'm here to see you succeed in anything that you want to do this in, any niche wise. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Monday. Yes. Thank you. Yes, of course. See ya.